Let's understand manifestation through the Upanishads. The Upanishads are a huge collection of ancient Indian wisdom derived from the Vedas and centuries of philosophical inquiry. They have answers to everything, starting from basic ontology, the nature of reality, consciousness, to any day-to-day questions you have about life. They have everything. If you're interested in getting started with it and you need a Western translation, I'll probably go for this book. And this is a translation by Patrick O'Level. I think this is a good place to start. So what do the Upanishads say? The first thing we need to understand is that the world that we see and experience, everything that's around you, is essentially a concept in your mind. Think about it logically. How does any of this make sense to us? Because we have a certain concept in our head. We have understood it in a way. And what aids us to conceptualize this are the concepts of time and space. Do you think anything would make sense to us if we didn't have the concept of time and space? That's what helps us understand our experience as something that's chronologically happening, that appears coherent to us, because we have the concept of yesterday, today, and tomorrow because of time, and we think that that's how we're living. Now, the Upanishads say that that's not true. Okay, time is not fundamental. Time essentially doesn't exist. Time is not real. And the world we see around us is an illusion. Illusion in the sense that it's our experience shaped by our concepts. And this experience that we're having is not our experience, but the experience of the universe itself, or consciousness. You probably heard science say that the atoms that are in your body are also the atoms that are in the stars. And that's literally because the universe isn't around you, but in us. We are the universe. But it isn't particularly you because you don't exist. And this is a concept that Buddhism has explained in a great way. If you know Buddhist ideas, you know how they explain. I will make more videos on it. But essentially the point is, you don't exist because you are essentially consciousness experiencing a point of view. Consciousness is not an object. Consciousness can't be pointed out. It transcends everything. Everything is consciousness. So, for example, this is you. This is each one of us. And these are the sun, moon, and plants, and everything around us. And consciousness is everything that surrounds it. Consciousness is everything. It didn't come into being. It can't cease to exist. It has always been. It will always be. Nothing to do with us. We're just a medium for the consciousness. Now, if that makes sense, we can move on to what I think is happening with time. We exist as a whole, and we are experiencing ourselves, right? Let's say this is the day we were born, this is the next day, blah, blah, and we are experiencing all of this chronologically. And that's what we think. We were born, and this happened, and then this, and this is how I've come to be. But that's not the case. I think consciousness doesn't move through time, but through states of experience. Because what does consciousness want to do? Experience, right? So all it wants to do is experience. It doesn't care for time, space, anything. So this is where manifestation comes in. The process through which consciousness experiences life is manifestation. So what's happening is, let's say this is infinity, okay? This is infinite states that exist. And every time we are in a state of experience, a state of being, we jump to that reality, that state that already exists. And it feels like it's chronological, but it's not. And that's how you shift to experiencing it. So your entire life is a manifestation. When you assume a state, you move to it instantly. But there seems to be a lag because you can't conceive of it without the concept of time. So you think that some time has passed, but basically time doesn't exist. You see how this isn't moving, right? Every point of time exists as its own. This is a point of time. And every single moment is a point of time. And you can just shift to any of it at any time, depending on your state. Because you want to experience everything. You can experience anything because all possibilities exist. And this consciousness doesn't die. It just experiences change. That's it. From centuries and centuries, it's been experiencing change. It's been moving from one body to another. It's just from plants, and everything is consciousness, and you're just consciousness experiencing itself. Now, these aren't surface level concepts, It will take a lot of time to understand it, but I will be breaking down these concepts and try to make sense of it through everything, through science, through dimensions, through Upanishads, through Buddhism, through the Bible. I don't know. I'm going to try to make sense of it through everything and then explain it to you guys, because that's just what I want to do in life. So if it makes sense to you, please do comment and tell me what you think. And if it doesn't make any sense to you, please ask all the questions you have, because that's how you can get started. And the whole point is that we need these questions answered. And that's what these books, these information, these wisdom is going to help us. I'm super excited.